Chapter 2! Oh wait, this is actually that bad? We start off in Dry Baked Desert, the first level of World 2. Here's the big door that needed the poison mushroom you've heard so much about. Check it out, it's the mariachi guy. Well, he doesn't say anything, but he's cute, right? Besides that, you just run a bunch. Gotta be faster than Pokey. One thing Sticker Star just loves doing is making secret areas required. Now there's a concept. Unless you thought to do this, you're playing this desert twice. So we end on a pyramid with a secret of its own. We found a few HP up parts now. You wanna know something confusing? Max HP is your attack stat. I didn't even notice this. As the game progresses, weak stickers get less common and strong stickers grow more plentiful. So I always assume my inconsistent damage was just stronger stickers doing that damage until a speedrunner showed me a data mine. 2-2, Yoshi Sphinx. Actually a good level. Seriously. The Yoshi Sphinx is the only charming set piece or memorable location we've come across. And it's both at the same time. This is a taste of what can happen when they actually care beyond making grassland, desert land, and forest land. The mariachi guys are fun enemies with some personality since they actually play songs. And there's a trio of them here with different instruments. The paratroopers who fight you at the end are great and have one of the game's better moments. The level even rewards exploration pretty nicely with some good stickers and an HP apart. Good going. We're good to move on. Or are we? So, like I said, these levels have mandatory secrets within them. Now there's a concept. We must find treasure chests containing scraps that serve as a key for the final level. In this case, we go up to the Yoshi head, and his eyes are perforated, allowing us to gouge out his pupils and slide down his bleeding nose. Good thing he isn't alive. We have a fight with Kamek out here on the tongue where he transforms all your stickers into flip-flops that do 5 damage. Good thing we can attack twice per turn and he only has 20 HP. This is a super lame boss fight where he will attack you once and then it's over every single time. There is no strategy. You don't even have to worry about accidentally using up a good sticker while they're disguised because they still show their power tiers. Just don't use a shiny or a rainbow one and you're good. Oh, so it's Kirsty's fault I have to use stickers. Officially canon. I forgot he said that. 2-3, Sandshifter Ruins. So we run around for a desert for a while or something, and then we end up in a maze of underground tunnels, and we take one look at this and we realize, yep, we're gonna be here for a while. It's all trial and error to find the correct path. The enemies come back every time, and this is all getting really dull. You start to zone out. And you find yourself out here in the middle of nowhere, waiting for something to happen. And you kind of notice that nothing's happened. We haven't met a new character since the very beginning. There's been no plot developments. Peach and Bowser haven't shown up again. We haven't unlocked any new abilities, and... wait. Oh. It's that kind of game. I got bored running through this maze multiple times for about 30 minutes. So then I zoned out, thought about things, and this was the moment I realized I wasn't having fun. My high from playing a brand new Paper Mario for the first time in 5 years carried me through the first chapter without even noticing everything I loved and expected was gone. I've talked to people about this game, and usually there'll be at least somebody who tells me, really? Sticker Star is the worst game you've ever played? I played it, and while I didn't beat it, it seemed fun enough for the little bit that I played, and that's just it. It genuinely doesn't seem so awful until you dive in and try to finish it. When you're starting out, you don't notice there's no story because barely any time has passed and lots of games have slow starts. Plus, I was giving the game credit to pick up later due to the pedigree of intelligent systems. I didn't realize I'd already met all the characters I'm ever gonna meet because Kirsty and Bowser Jr. make their debuts in the first 10 minutes or so. Before release, I was excited that this was the return of turn-based battles, but it takes spending a little while with it to notice how botched it is. I didn't even realize how annoying the battle system was to play or that I wasn't gaining anything from combat until I'd participated in enough of them to stop and wonder, hey wait, how close am I to leveling up? Has that happened yet? And then I couldn't find a menu for it. I didn't realize all the fun text was locked to the intro because there's so few characters and Decalburg is the only town in the whole game. I was expecting to find another town out here in the desert somewhere. You're lucky to average 1 good character interaction per chapter. And yes, sometimes it's 0. It's so bare bones. It's so dry and desolate. Just like the desert I was standing in when I noticed it. Wait! That killed me! I was what? What? I was just trying to be funny! That killed, I have to do all that over? No! That is so not cool. I was just trying to be silly and see what happened when I stayed still in the quicksand for a few seconds. Just 1 level ago, we were required to do this to progress. In any other video game in this genre, that would be -1 heart and a respawn at the door. It would be like that in a Legend of Zelda game even. Why an instant game over? I didn't even know this until I was getting footage for this. I lost half an hour of playing this stupid maze to 1 hazard. This game is still surprising me in just how awful it is. So, where I was actually meaning to go before that happened, in this section, we're gonna be tearing the gameplay a new asshole. The main focus is the battle system because now we can fully appreciate everything that went wrong with it. The way battles in this game actually work is somewhat confusing. So let's get detailed with how this entire system feels like an 8-year-old threw in whatever sounded cool without thinking about how it would all fit together. You find stickers all over the ground. They're even kind enough to respawn every time you leave the area and come back. Stickers are your attacks and items rolled into one big awful thing. You play 1 sticker per turn, you can pay coins to use a battle spinner which has a chance of allowing 2 or 3 stickers per turn instead. And you can pay even more coins to rig the battle spinner to allow 2 at bare minimum. How do you get coins? Battles give you coins. And nothing else. No, I don't mean you can only get coins from battling. I mean battles don't give anything but coins. There is no resource exclusive to battle. There is no shortage of coins in the field normally, plus coins are given out as a reward for completing an area. And why exactly would I buy stickers with my coins when both resources are free everywhere and are super plentiful? All battles serve to do is reduce your HP and reduce your stock of stickers. It just makes you more ill-prepared for the next required battle. It's a waste of time. The only thing that is exclusively gained from battle in any context is the ability to heal. So the only reason I'd ever want to get into a fight is something that should have been in a pause menu in the first place, and thus is something I resent the game for. Mario has no stats other than HP, does not level up, has no party member with him to strategize with, cannot be customized in any way whatsoever, and there's no equipment system. Your stickers replaced all of that crap. And Kirsty operates on the logic of ladies don't fight. There's a nice message. She says this all the time, and God, that pisses me off. We have had so many kick-ass girls in this series. Kirsty, shut up. But to me, I think there's even worse problems than what seems to get all of the attention. You've probably heard all of this before. So let me get down into why even if you were to play these battles, they're not fun anyway. You can't strategically choose to attack a specific enemy. Just, what? All of your moves target the enemy in front, removing any strategy other than picking from whatever stickers you happen to have on hand. It's no more complicated than shoving the other side with bigger numbers than they're shoving you with. The only exceptions are the battle spinner, which, for instance, the second sticker on a battle spinner will attack the second enemy, or stickers that attack everybody. When we attack, what about the action commands? They're in this game, and this is the way Paper Mario makes itself stand out from the crowd of RPGs, so it's pretty important to get right. Every single regular sticker has the exact same action command. Press A at the right time. There's no variety beyond that to vary it up or make the attacks feel different from one another. How do we select our stickers then? Why, from the sticker album, of course. And because real sticker albums don't work like attack menus, your stock of an attack doesn't stack. A regular jump is limited use. Each individual regular jump you have stocked takes up space, and once you use it, it's gone for good. This is kind of a problem because after boss fights, we get another page added to that album until we have 8 of them? So this means potentially 96 options to select from every single turn. Did you think that was enough? It's easily possible to have more than 50 unorganized options spread across multiple screens as your interface for which choice you will make this turn. Plus, more powerful stickers take up more room than others, so pages aren't even consistent in their layout from one to the next. This thing's a damn mess. So already simply picking a battle command is needlessly complicated and time-consuming. Every battle command, from jumps to hammers to mushrooms to fire flowers to defensive moves, are all lumped into one big mass of messy paper. And there's no way of organizing stickers inside of battle. Your only way to move stickers around is to pause between battles and hit a button in the menu to organize them. By this one decision to not make the attack stack, they've given us yet another reason to avoid combat so that we're not having to pause every minute just to keep our stickers straight. This might be the worst user interface I have ever seen in a AAA title, and it's the main gameplay mechanic. Even worse, the organization system is poorly programmed. Here's a real thing that happened to myself and Proton John on a live stream. We couldn't pick up a sticker due to lack of space, but it was only because the organization system only thinks in columns. If it organized pages into rows or compared how it would be in rows versus columns to pick the better of the two, we could have picked up that sticker and instead had to pause and move them around ourselves. In practice, let's say there's a pretty good option on page 1, but the best option is actually on page 6. But you've also looked at 50 other options in between, while also trying to consider how much of each option was left at a glance because you aren't given numbers on that. Even worse, a lot of stickers are objectively worse versions of other stickers, while others are the same as other stickers, just only situationally usable. This sort of reminds me of those case studies where they say that as you give people more and more options, they make progressively worse choices. One thing that particularly got under my skin was that the developers bragged about how good these menus were in interviews. And they're easily the worst part of the gameplay. So we have a confusing user interface, limitations over how we can organize our inventory, an invisible attack stat that isn't shown to the player. Our inventory contains everything down to our regular attacks, and there's all these kinds of stickers, many of which sport non-specific tiers of power. When combining all this, damage feels essentially random. It's not consistent whatsoever. Good luck. All you do in fights is click on whatever looks good, because who needs strategy or to know what an attack is going to do ahead of time anyway? There's a reason why most any RPG made in the last 30 years keeps things organized and separates options into a few simple commands. Even if we're talking Final Fantasy having 40 spells, it's still less options than whatever this is, and everything is always organized into neat rows. These magic spells are not disorganized whatchamacallits that are all different shapes and sizes. Not every game has to follow the same structure, but in RPGs it usually works pretty well to have magic, attack, items, and I'm sure the other two don't matter, but you know what I mean. Except in this game, the last option does matter. My friends, let me introduce to you the most overpowered move in Paper Mario Sticker Star. Running away. Not even kidding. Why bother trying to pick through 50 plus options on a given turn to figure out what works best? Why try and guess how much damage your invisible attack stat is going to do? Why time button presses? Why waste your stickers on enemies that only drop coins which only buy you more stickers? Why do anything at all if your numbers don't get bigger from doing any of it? Running away has a piss-easy action command of mashing the A button that you will probably succeed at. You might fail sometimes, I guess, but you also probably weren't going to beat a mob of enemies in one round anyway without the battle spinner, which uses coins. So instead, let's run away, lose a few coins, and oh yeah, anytime you ever run away from an enemy, it vanishes from the overworld as though you defeated them. Congratulations! Your cowardice is so stunning that it actually killed someone! Go pick up all your lost coins without any challenge. You've earned them, my friend. Not! You don't even lose coins from doing this. In fact, you actually gain resources from running from every battle. Every hit on an enemy gives coins, including first strikes. You lose 0 stickers from running away and come out ahead in coins. Running away is a one-hit kill on any enemy in the game that comes at 0 cost other than rarely taking damage when it fails. The game design here is so amateurish that it rewards not playing the game more than any other strategy and punishes you for thinking or playing along. Isn't skipping combat usually a reward you have to earn while backtracking or something? No two aspects of this battle system work well together. Each gameplay mechanic is at odds with the other pieces. I wouldn't dislike this so much if just one thing was different. It's the perfect blend of crap blended into a toilet soup that isn't fun to play. If there's a strategy to these battles, I might want to play them for fun and not care about profit. If I got experience points and increased my stats from battling, then at least my stickers are going to a good cause. If coins did anything besides buy me more stickers, maybe I'd want them. Heck, while we're on the subject of coins, they're everywhere too. Battles aren't remotely the only way to get rich. I think some of you heard me say that and you're thinking, well, yeah, but you get more money from battling, so you still want to do it? No. I chose to do a second playthrough of this game to see if it was possible to beat it without fighting a single regular enemy. I had 2,181 useless coins left over at the end of the game. That's right. You don't have to play a single optional battle in this entire adventure in order to beat it. Never struggled once? Still beat the final boss? I guess it's true, the only winning move is not to play. You are punished for engaging in combat and for being good at it. Oh goody, 1 coin for a whole fight. With 31 HP, by the way. It's unbelievable how shoddy of a product this is on a gameplay level, and in the Mario series, which has so much talent and money going into it. It's like they liked all their ideas and viewed the game as a puzzle where they had to fit all those ideas in. Good ideas get cut for a reason in game development. Oh, and the battle theme is annoying. I know that's probably an unpopular opinion because I've heard this song praised, but not having to hear the every time I see a frickin' Goomba is yet another incentive I had for avoiding every battle. Another personal annoyance is how often, quote, flying enemies look like they're on the ground. What? It looked like that should have totally hit him. And when there's over 100 types of stickers, by the way, how am I supposed to know what's a grounded attack or not? That thing was a projectile and it didn't count. And yet this projectile hits them just fine. I also want to add that to me personally, no customization is one of the worst things an RPG can do. At that point, all the player brings to the table here is walking Mario places, and it's not like you get options and how you get there to make up for it. And please, I've heard it before. Don't tell me This is officially labeled as an action-adventure game on the official Nintendo website and not as an RPG, so you can't judge it as an RPG. This is a main installment in the Paper Mario series and has you run around an overworld, touch an enemy, transition into turn-based battle, everyone has HP bars, and your job is to apparently manage resources until you discover running away is the most powerful move in the game. It's an RPG! A bad RPG! That follows the basic structure without anything that makes them satisfying to play. I really don't believe in the usual defense of, sure, it's not a good Paper Mario sequel, but it's a good game in its own right. This game is badly designed. In Iwata Asks, the team said the battle system was only thought up at the very end of development. It shows. This game screams rushed. Also, yes, combining this with the statement that I quoted earlier, this means they said the most rushed part of the game was also one of the best parts. Yeah, it checks out. Ironically, I think Super Paper Mario could have been learned from in the gameplay department here. If there was a refusal to have a progression system or customization, then don't make an RPG. No one would notice the lack of these things if battles just weren't a thing. Instead, we get this awkward halfway attempt that gives us the worst of both worlds. If all the battles do is waste your time, then just cut them. And of course I want experience points in my RPG. I've seriously seen the argument, well, no experience points means no grinding. Are you saying you want grinding? Of course not! As long as you fought enemies on your first run through an area, I have never had to grind in any Paper Mario game. This wasn't an issue that needed fixing. It's fun to upgrade my character and try out new abilities as I earn them. There's a reason why every RPG does this, or if it subverts it, it's in the form of a challenge or gives you some other incentive to work for. Skipping battles to make things more challenging can be effective self-imposed difficulty when experience points are involved. People love making up their own rules for playing Pokemon. RPGs by design have a difficulty option built into everything you do. Finding the game too easy? Fight less enemies so you level up less. The possibilities are endless. Here, skipping battles actively makes me stronger and there's no long-term benefit to doing anything. There's a reason why experience points are what you earn after winning a match in an online shooter as a quick number that compares your experience level to other people. There's a reason why MOBAs measure your goodness through a level up system visible to the other players. Or why mobile games dangle EXP in front of you and rake in oodles of cash from players doing so. Human like it when number go up. And when that bar fills up and you unlock something, your actions all meant something and now you get to try out new stuff. There's an entire genre of games that are just experience points going up because it's so effective at motivating the player. I would argue that experience points are the single greatest game design decision ever made in history. You see it everywhere because it works. When there is no progression in the gameplay, no reward given to me for doing anything, and no story, then what exactly is my motivation to press on? Sticker Star is just nothing. If the story was good, maybe I'd press through frustrating gameplay to see how it ends. Oh yeah, the gameplay is frustrating. Let's actually talk about this level that we were in the middle of when all this got started. We're gonna finally work our way through this maze of a level after starting it over multiple times to find the correct path. In fact, even if you know the way, you have to run this maze multiple times over because of these things that change the sand flow only after going the wrong way. Oh goody, I have to do this You're rewarded with nothing. The next level is just empty. So we have to go back and play it again to find a secret exit, or a required secret exit. Now there's a concept. 2-4, Damp Oasis is the real next level, not that faker that we got the first time. This level is simple, right? There's a sandstorm. We paperize through it and we see that we need a thing sticker in order to clear it. This level was the 1-2 punch that cemented my disdain for Chapter 2. So I only have a dotted line with nothing else to go off of. And it's gotta be some way to save a barren wasteland. I look at my album and nothing fits the bill that I currently have. I exit to the world map and Oh, the trees are dried out, and it's called Damp Oasis. I need a faucet, but crud, what level was that in again? I saw it sometime when I played yesterday, but when was that exactly? I know now that thing stickers can be purchased in the back alley behind Sling-A-Thing, but on a first playthrough, I had no clue. It's hidden. So I went through all of World 1 again, trying to find it, for almost half an hour. I missed it my first time going through all the levels because the goal for 1-3 is accessible before the faucet is, and I didn't remember the layout of the level exactly. And I had a headache by the time I found this thing. I was so ready to move on and just be done with it. I stick it onto the environment and whoops, wrong sticker! We're just gonna throw away that sticker, wasting all your effort. I was exasperated by this. So angry that it threw away my beautiful sticker that I spent all that time getting. All because this was the first time I ever guessed the wrong sticker in any situation. I didn't know it was gonna do that if I was wrong. I actually screamed no at my screen and rage quit over this. Sure, I wasn't having fun before, but now I was mad. I ended up looking at a guide because like hell I was going to make another blind guess and waste even more of my time. Of course, sandstorms are weak against vacuum cleaners, which I had never found before. So that secret store behind Sling-A-Thing wouldn't have helped me anyway because you must have found the thing for it to be for sale there. Where do you get the vacuum? Why, you go down a different pathway from the starting point to a place called Surfshine Harbor. You have to just give up on World 2 and go do another one and the game doesn't tell you. I grab the vacuum, suck up all the sand, move on to the next section, and it's the faucet I need for the very next puzzle. Okay, that's pretty funny. At least I know where to find one. For our troubles, we get the last tablet piece. We also get a hint for where to find that first cryptic tablet if you haven't found it by now. Shut up, Toad, I've had a worse day than you. 2-5, Dry Bake Stadium. All those scraps we collected are coming together now. We've assembled the pieces, or go back and wander the other 4 levels because we missed one, and away we go! This tower is terrible. We run around it, we see the glyphs on the walls depicting stickers we need, and then slot them into the door. I hope you have the right stickers, because otherwise, back to town with you, and all the enemies come back. Oh, hey Luigi, listen, I feel like we got off on the wrong foot, and he's not coming back, is he? We pick ourselves up from that rejection and reach the top of the tower. And the Tower Power Pokey darn near dies in one hit to the baseball bat. The boss fights are indeed all the same. Now that we're 2 boss fights in, yep, the bosses are creatively bankrupt too. Oh look, a giant Goomba. Oh look, a giant Pokey. Would be nice to have actual villains or, you know, bosses that are at least more creative than the regular mook of the area, but big. This was actually one of the most recent things I noticed. The bland bosses blended in with the other bull so well that I didn't even notice how lacking they were. Furthering that, at least the bigger Goomba talked. This guy doesn't even get a character or a line of dialogue. A few turns later, he falls. Also, yes, Kirsty calls you an idiot for winning the fight faster than the intended method in every boss fight. That's another royal sticker in the books, or on the book. I've always thought this about these scenes. The cover of the sticker album before it's filled in looks like Mario's glove giving you the middle finger 5 times. It's sure what it feels like to play this frickin' thing. At the end of chapter, we're gonna stop things for now. And next time, we go into chapter 3. Oh boy, chapter 3 is long. See you guys then. Then at least my stickers are going to a good cause. Oh, hi Kirby. Kirby's like, is the mean sticker star hurting you again, Emil?